Hi, I'm Saren.
And I'm Ray.
We're your Spider Baby hosts from To Know Her Is to Fear Her, a Spider-Woman podcast, as well as proud members of the collective.
You're listening to Capes and Lunatics. Gimme, gimme.
Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
I'm here for Peter. I love Ben Reilly. Throw it in.
We're talking some old and new today. That's right, kids. Welcome back to another week, another month of the Ultimate Spider-Cast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, that's clone lover herself. It is.
I'm the flippin'est co-host now.
You know who I am.
Suck it, Ray.
She's like Ottawa.
I'm the flippin'est Spider-Cast host, Spider Podcast host around.
Oh, he's going to be on the episode before this. Oh. Comparing co-hosts, oh my. She's like Ottawa Octavius. You know who I am. You really want to be boss? I mean, you created a fake first name and last name. You need to create like a fake middle name. Like, I'm Lilith bleeping Hellfire.
Yeah, Lilith fucking Hellfire.
It's early in the morning. What's in that cup? Rum? Jeez.
I said pocket.
Oh, okay. Well, like the cup obscured it. All right, kids. So
This is all green tea, buddy.
sure. All right. So before we get to the new issues, we're going to dive into a classic storyline because, you know, this year's the 60th anniversary. So all through this year, you'll have little sprinkles of classic storylines and
Ho, ho, ho. Merry crossovers.
Christmas all year. All right. So should we get to the classic runs, Lilith Hellfire? Because today we're talking Amazing Spider-Man 50 through 52.
Ooh, it's not a DC book, though.
I know.
They should have made it 53.
50, a classic.
Well, let's jump into it.
50, a classic moment everyone will remember. And then also in this story arc, an appearance of a major Marvel villain, who some of you may not have ever heard of before. The Kingpin of Crime.
Oh, I forgot to pull out my book with the... Hey, now. With the old Spider-Man No More Forever cover. It's like a big poster from the Marvel big poster.
I love the parody of this cover.
I thought I hung it up once upon a time.
I love the parody of this cover from the 90s. I think it's Amazing 392, and it's like, Peter Parker no more.
Like you tried it.
All right. So if you've been a Spider-Man comic fan for more than 5 minutes, I'm sure you know the cover to Amazing 50. You know, Spider-Man No More, which they also parodied in.
Hey, instead of No Way Home, it should have been Spider-Man No More.
Yeah, but
no more Disney.
Yeah, but that title would have been pretty spoilery.
No, they should have just killed Andrew Garfield, and then that way it would have been Spider-Man No More. But they're trying to get a third movie out of it. Disney fell for the okie doke.
Oh yeah, they're trying to spin off Toby and Andrew as much as they can, you know.
Because they don't have to share it with Disney.
Yeah, Lilith, you don't know the Sony business model?
We need the money, gimme. Well, if they need the money so bad, they need to get out of the movie business, get out of the music business, and stick to making freaking cameras!
Oh my.
Anyway, I never that's another Patreon episode.
All right, so let's get into these classic storylines. Amazing Spider-Man number 50, of course, the title, Spider-Man No More. Writer, of course, Stan Lee, and editor, so get ready, kids.
No oversight.
Exactly.
Plus, we got good old John Romita Sr.
Senior, yes. At this point, I think he was
Was
just...
Junior even born at this point?
I was going to say,
think so.
at this point, I think he was just John Romita. If he was born, he was a child, so yeah.
It's retroactive continuity.
No.
Excelsior!
Mickey DeMeo, inker, and Sam Rosen, letterer. Alright, Alright, kids. Here we go. As usual, Spider-Man breaks up in an attempted robbery of a payroll truck. However, one of the bystanders is frightened by the violence and asks Spider-Man to leave. Peter is astonished at how well...
You need to leave!
Get out of town! Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Peter's astonished at how well Mr. Jameson's attacks on him have worked. Why? He's been doing it since, issue 1?
Propaganda. As we know, people fall for propaganda.
Exactly. Bigly.
A biased newspaper should never be a thing. It's just facts. No opinions.
Jameson was Fox.
That's what podcasts are for.
Jameson was Fox before Fox News.
That and Blue Chew sponsorships.
Yes, Blue Chew, please.
Exactly.
Blue Chew, it doesn't matter. Please sponsor us.
And now, Disney owns Marvel and Fox. Interesting.
Hey, Blue Chew, I hear Joe Rogan's getting kicked off, is it YouTube or something? He's in trouble somewhere.
Yeah, it's definitely YouTube. It's definitely YouTube.
For spreading anti-vax propaganda. So hey, Blue Chew, you need a new.
When he himself is vaccinated.
Exactly.
You didn't hear that from me.
Just like all the Fox News anchors. Yeah, I know. So Blue Chew, you need a new podcast.
If you're not DG Chichester, you can't write ninjas.
What?
If it's good enough for Joe Rogan, it's good enough for me.
I'm woozy. I need my Blue Chew. No, I don't need Blue Chew.
Yeah, I got that last night.
All right.
You got about 10 more years still. But you can do it just for fun, for enhancement, not necessity. See?
True. Experimentation. I'm a chemist. See? All right.
Get the Gimp Mash drop.
Oh. Yeah. Hey, Blue Chew. Yeah, our whole podcast team would use Blue Chew. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to wear a gimp mask and murder people.
I don't think they want the murder for.
Blue Chew will take whatever publicity they can get.
I'm uncancelable.
Exactly.
All right.
Just like Harry.
Hey-oh.
Sad whistle.
Man, you love that sad whistle.
Harry needs Blue Chew. There, I said it.
Every character has...
I don't think Normie's his.
Hey, every character has their fans, Lil Hellfire. Even Harry Osborn.
My fetish is to get touched by a white man with cornrows.
Touche, sir. Touche.
Booty looks good all the time.
Man, we're not talking Nightwing.
Hey-oh. Shortly afterward, Peter arrives at his and Harry's apartment, only to be told by Harry that his Aunt May is ill. She's illin'.
She's always sick, man. Just let her die in peace. That's the one thing Disney did right. They let her die in peace. Pieces.
Hey-oh. Oh no, 886 issues later, she's still alive and kicking.
Thriving, even. Thriving at 99!
I know.
Meanwhile, Betty White's gone!
Oh my. Well, she has all those male suitors,
I don't think those are tentacles. Yeah, she's sucking the life essence out of them, for sure.
Hey-oh.
Hey-oh. Twin powers active. Pervert twins powers activated.
Form of Adam and Eve. All right. Rushing to Aunt May's house, he is told by Anna Watson that May was calling for Peter, but she has been sedated now and is sleeping peacefully.
Now just pull that plug. You can do it.
2024.
I'm telling you, if I had a time machine, that's what I would do. I'd go back in time and convince them. Just pull the plug on Aunt May, bro.
Aunt May's been sedated. Peter chastises himself for not paying enough attention to his aunt since moving in with Harry. Even though he has an important test the next day, Peter doesn't study, figuring he won't be able to concentrate.
Beauty school dropout!
Yeah, man, he got to study up big for it. He has to study up really hard for that big urine test.
The lizard. Who can help me grow my arm back? You'll pass. It's
Talk about your blue chew. Hey,
Give me some of your mutated radioactive DNA, sir.
oh my.
One way or the other.
Whoa.
Not very picky.
Man, she on fire this morning, kids.
Not in the face. The extra 15 minutes really helped.
Oh, hey, trust me. It did. It did. All right. The next day after the test, Peter's professor expresses concern over the decline in Peter's grades. With all of this weighing on him, Peter...
Get out that break!
Yeah, dummy. Peter begins...
Take a trade!
Peter begins to hate the very name of Spider-Man. Marvel doesn't. Adding fuel to the fire is J. Jonah Jameson going into another anti-Spider-Man rant on TV. Walking at night, dwelling on all of his problems, Peter takes his Spider-Man outfit and throws it in the garbage, deciding to end his crime-fighting
career. And the
career.
life-changing, often replicated panel.
All right, so I'm trying to remember. I don't think they had him.
Throw the panel up.
Here, let me find it. Yeah, but I don't think they actually showed him carrying the costume. So did he strip in that alleyway and then just throw the in the trash and then get dressed again?
We can't think too hard about it. Peter's... Oh, well, I can believe it because Peter is impetuous and, all those things.
An impetuous teenager?
Exactly. Yeah, this is a shot you'll see so much. It's just like...
Oh, yeah. I mean, they parodied it.
There's other great panels in this story, so...
I mean, they did their own version of it in Spider-Man 2 with Tobey.
Yeah. That one actually is more iconic for me just because I was actually alive when it happened.
The movie?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on.
And we should just throw Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man in the trash.
Oh!
I hate that movie. I hate both those movies.
Kid, you get the feeling that maybe Lilith doesn't like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie?
Abominations, bro.
Oh my. All right.
Fight me in the comments, nerds.
All right. There we go.
Can't push the dislike button anymore now, can you?
Oh boy. There we go, kids.
Yes. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've seen this panel in my life, bro. I really couldn't. It's in the millions at this point.
Anytime there's like an article or anything, it's like, the top whatever Spider-Man moments. Yeah, this always makes the. That's why I was like, for the 60th anniversary, this has to be on the list. Is he not?
Of course. I
don't think he's wearing socks. What the? Oh, maybe the suit was his socks. I don't know.
It was a different time. People wore loafers without socks. It's true.
Is he freeballing it?
Could be worse. He could be wearing white socks with loafers, a la Michael Jackson.
Or any kind of socks with sandals, you maniacs.
Unless they're slides. That's the only acceptable... If they're slides and socks, it's a thing now. It's been a thing since the 90s. That I'll let slide. But if you got on Birkenstocks, take those socks off.
Oh my. All right. So yes, he's throwing the costume in the haphazardly in the trash. He at least try to get the whole thing. It's just coming out of the...
poor kid comes by, chip.
I know it's not going to be that hard for anyone to just... So what? So they really don't mention it here. So did he not throw the web shooters out?
Burn the suit. Don't just leave it in the garbage. He's so irresponsible.
I know, but he's he didn't throw the web shooters out?
He secretly had organic web shooters the whole time. I'm sorry to tell you.
Oh my. So yeah, he throws in the garbage.
Talk about your sticky situation.
Oh! Yeah, he takes off the outfit and decides to end his crime-fighting career. The next morning, an excited child brings the outfit to Jameson's office, much to Jameson's delight. Public reaction to the story is mixed.
Spider Slayer, activate! Wait, that comes much later.
Hey, although Jameson is delighted that he sold every copy of the paper with the story in it. Meanwhile, at the office of a mysterious figure known...
Was the headline Spider-Man No More Forever?
Something like that. Meanwhile, at the office of a mysterious figure known only as Kingpin...
Boo! Tomato!
Yeah, at this point, I think he's just the crime lord. He's not trying to act all legitimate. He's what was he? Like a spice merchant or something?
An importer-exporter. Arch Vandalay Industries. There's your side. Mark your bingo cards, kids.
I'm not having an affair with Elaine. If I was having an affair with Elaine, I'd tell you I'm going to see someone else. That's right, kids.
That's just what you want me to think.
That's right, kids.
They don't know know that we know that you know that I know that we know that they know.
Hey kids, that's the episode where Uncle Ben met Aunt May. When she was
I knew her.
when she was acting under the name Marissa Tomei. So yes, the Kingpin tells his men to prepare.
I reject that.
What? Yeah.
I'm just saying. Aunt May has had some lookers. I'm just saying.
I don't know, man. He was from Queens. I don't know.
Oh, true. You might be on to something. I'll accept that headcanon. For Disney's Spider-Man only.
That would. Oh my god, that would mean Spider-Man was related to Frank Costanza.
Oh well.
Oh my god, I have to find that drop somewhere. Serenity now.
And while you're at it, Hoochie Mama.
Hoochie Mama. You stopped short of my wife. That was my move. Now that Kingpin tells his men to prepare. Now that Spider-Man is out of the way, there will be no one to oppose him.
It's like there's Daredevil, there's the Punisher, there's quite a few people,
yeah.
sir.
Punisher's not around yet, but yeah, Daredevil, various superhero. Yeah.
I mean, if you get on Reed Richards' bad side, he'll put a book down and kick your ass.
I mean, Captain America will hit you in the side of the head with that shield. Come on. Well, this is the days everyone's staying in their own lane. It's like, oh, hey, that's so-and-so's villain. I ain't touching it.
Although we all live in New York, I get it. It's different boroughs and you gotta take a ferry or a subway. I get it.
I love at this point in time, it's like...
Definitely don't want to go across bridges. I know.
I love how it's inconceivable at this point that Daredevil would ever actually come after the Kingpin.
I know, right?
Now that's like
how the times have changed.
Now that's his number one villain. I know. I think it was a Chichester issue where he's like, what, that line about you being a spice importer wearing thin from a guy who owns a skyscraper?
Burn. That was the best don't insult my intelligence line in quite a while.
Oh Lord. In the coming days, the organized crime in New York starts an uprising through his contacts, Frederick Foswell learns about the Kingpin's plans. That's an old name.
That's a deep dive.
You may not know his name, kids, but he was a big man. Yeah, some 60s humor, see? In the midst of this situation, Peter arrives at the Daily Bugle and tells Jameson he is quitting. Takes his job and shove it. So he can devote more time.
Like, how on the nose is that, though? That's your alias, big man, and also Patch. And I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about either one of those.
I heard you investigated the big man.
Yes, hands.
Oh, why? But I love how Peter's quitting because it says so he could devote more time to college. But it's like, how's he paying for college if he quits his job?
Aunt May's got that secret stash.
Oh my!
She's pulling the old May West. Why don't you come up and see me sometime?
Oh, I thought
that boarding house.
Oh, I thought you meant she was like growing herbs in her garden.
Smoked a doobie.
Maybe good for glaucoma, right?
I was gonna say that's how she got better over the years. Oh my god! That's her spinach. She's like Popeye.
Smoked a doobie.
Headcanon accepted.
Oh my god! Did you see? I guess or I don't know if it was during Homecoming, but I guess at some point Marissa Tomei said she wanted her Aunt May character to like get involved with be in a relationship with a woman.
Okay.
And I guess the fans were like, I don't know if I wanted to see.
Oh, the female Dr. Octopus.
Yeah.
Heyo, superior puss.
Heyo. But yeah, a lot of people were saying
superior puss. Superior puss.
A lot of people were like, I don't know if I don't want the Aunt May being a lesbian in my headcanon, but if it means Marissa Tomei making out with another woman.
Oh boy.
The internet.
And that's why they killed her. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. In the following days, the crime rate increases dramatically, but Peter could care less. The most truest sentence I think we've ever read. Ironically, that same day, Harry shares his concerns about crime in the city, while Aunt May has recovered and is busy along with Anna. I love when she gets better, and he's like, I've dropped everything for you. Well, I'm busy, kid.
Literally!
Mm-hmm. Furthermore, Peter is unable to spend some time with either Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy, making his whole decision of being free to share his time with friends a bit pointless.
Oh, he's frustrated.
I took that blue chew
Let's
for...
go make out with Harry.
Oh!
It's not like Harry doesn't have a thing for him.
My fetish is to get touched by a white man with cornrows. It's not just for boys.
Nice.
So I took all this blue chew for nothing? See, sponsor us. Finally, driving his motorcycle home, Peter hears a cry for help and seeing no one else around, decides to help out. The night...
Oh, he's gonna be reminded that with great power comes great responsibility. Oh.
She just wanted to take a drink when she listens to this in the future, kids. Oh, it's a hard day at work, so she's gonna have to take a slug of that cough medicine.
Oh, absolutely not. Benadryl is off the list. I hadn't had Benadryl in like years. I don't know what they formulated with now, but I can't take that. That was ridiculous.
No, Lilith, you didn't see the quotes? Cough medicine.
A hot toddy that's way too hot. Or wait, does it have too much toddy? I forget which one is which.
Captain Morgan's cough medicine.
You know they make an apple flavor now. They could sponsor us.
Oh my god!
Honestly. I don't probably cover ever, but I'm willing to take the chance.
I mean, come on. Any episode I do with Lilith or Charlie, come on, alcohol companies, you could sponsor us. Be like, this episode powered by Captain Morgan.
Exactly. Apple juice.
Budweiser. Hell, Charlie Esser would
drink Budweiser.
I don't know, but beer. Hey, any beer company, I think Charlie Esser would do it just for the free beer. The night watchman Peter saves reminds him of his Uncle Ben, and Peter remembers how he became Spider-Man and how his Uncle Ben died because Spider-Man failed to stop a criminal. Peter realizes he must once again become Spider-Man to prevent other tragedies due to his inaction.
Well, that was a quick turnaround. You damn tease.
Well, again,
like two issues.
It's this era, man. They correct everything in one.
Like, this is like literally stream. We're switching horses again.
It's like within what 5 pages, you're like, nope, gotta go back.
Never mind. My guilt has made me change my mind.
This, if you want an example of a complete opposite of a Bendis story, yes, this is.
Bendis.
Okay. Oh, I was just thinking. Okay, so say we actually get a Marvel and DC crossover. What makes the most sense? Miles Morales and Naomi, both Bendis characters.
Ooh,
they're basically the same person except for gender. I'm just saying.
And power set, yeah. I don't
know. She might start flipping around too. Who knows?
Oh my, that's true. All right, yeah, like they're gonna do crossovers anymore. Come on, bring crossovers back.
Well, both their TV show series need help.
Wait, Miles has a TV show?
I mean, if it's not on Disney Plus, they're gonna have to do something on regular mainstream. People are gonna get tired of paying that. It's gonna go up to 25 and then 30, and then they're gonna have to go put something on ABC again. I'm just saying.
What?
And the ABC shows are. I'm not paying for. I don't pay for Disney Plus, but I would never pay. I don't care if it's bundled with Hulu or not. I'm not paying for Disney Plus. So they're gonna have to do something.
Pirates are.
Mark my words.
Oh my. Meanwhile, Foswell approaches the Kingpin and tells him he's taking over, and offers the Kingpin the job.
He's the captain now.
And offers Kingpin the job of lieutenant in his army. Oh Lord! But Kingpin has Foswell.
That didn't last.
Kingpin has Foswell tied up.
Meanwhile, Peter breaks into Jameson's office.
Puts on his Spider-Man outfit without washing it first.
Slips down naked, sits in his seat.
You're telling me he dropped his naked ass in Jameson's seat.
Oh yeah. That's my headcanon. You can't change it. Exactly.
Puts on his Spider-Man outfit and waits for Jameson to come in so he can deliver the good news about Spider-Man being back to Jameson in person.
He's back, baby!
Then he flips out that window.
Flipping his way downtown.
So yeah, Aunt May has been ill since she underwent surgery in Amazing Spider-Man.
33, bro! Issue 33!
Remember, kids, when he lifted that big thing off him? What, the first time he lifted a big weight off him? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Appearances of Chet Huntley, Ed Brinkley, and Johnny Carson and Ed McMahon should be considered topical references. Likewise...
I only know who 2 of those people are.
I know. Me too. References about Flash...
And they're all dead, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. At least the ones I know. Likewise, references about Flash Thompson fighting in the Vietnam War should also be considered topical. Oh my God. Last night they were playing the Comedy Central roast of Bob Saget. And it was it was depressing. A bunch of those people were dead because it was Bob Saget, Norm Macdonald. I'm like, oh my God.
Oof, yeah. You know, honestly, I don't like the new roasts. Like, anything past, like, 2005 is garbage.
Yeah, I forget what year it was, but it was...
They weren't real comedians. They were just celebrities that got, like, jokes written for them. It's just not the same. Like those old school Sammy Davis roasts.
Oh,
with, like,
yeah.
Betty White and them. Those are the roasts.
Mm-hmm.
They used to sell them on the late night infomercials. I had them all.
Oh my God, it was just funny.
The good old days.
It was just funny. Cloris Leachman was on there roasting everybody, but like, she goes, "Would someone punch me in the face so I can see some stars?"
Good old Cloris Leachman.
That's right. Foswell considers returning to a life of crime. He previously ran the underworld under the guise of the Big Man, as seen in Amazing Spider-Man 10. Amazing Spider-Man 10. He was exposed and arrested.
10, bro. 10.
He was exposed and arrested. After serving time, J. Jonah Jameson gave him his old reporter job back in Amazing Spider-Man 23. So between 10 and 23, he served his time and gone out.
Back in the day.
And of course, we have no idea when Uncle Ben was murdered. What issue that was?
1921. At this point, 1921.
Oh Lord.
I say he faked his death to get away from his terrible nephew and wife.
Hey-oh. And became the devil. The cover of this issue appears in the comic galleries from the video games The Amazing Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin and Spider-Man. And I'm sure it's appeared a lot more places than that. Come on.
Yeah.
And of course, Spider-Man 2 did an homage. All right. So thoughts, Lilith, or should we jump to the next one?
Like I said, it's a quick turnaround. He wasn't not Spider-Man for very long. It seems like he wanted to not be Spider-Man for selfish reasons. He's like, now nobody wants to hang out with me. Well, I guess I'll go beat up on criminals again.
Can you imagine if he got arrested? It's me. The girls didn't want to...
Don't you know who I am?
The girls didn't want to date me. It's all their fault.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to Amazing 51. Oh, Lord. In the clutches of the Kingpin.
Oh, look at this cover.
I know.
Chef's kiss.
Just Kingpin and his men surrounding Spider-Man.
Why are you down on the ground like that, Pete? Let's talk about giving you the business. Look at that cane. I don't like that. Never mind. I'll take a thought. I don't know about this cover. Somebody was trying to sneak it in.
Same creative team. So,
You sure this wasn't 69, judging by the cover?
Hey-oh! Nope. Oh yeah, wait till June, kids. We're gonna get all this every Amazing Spider-Man issue from 69. No. I wonder whose idea that was. What?
It was Phil's idea.
Yeah.
It's for branding purposes, though.
Hey, it was my idea. Hey, let's do it on every show. All right. Unaware that Spider-Man is back in action, the Kingpin is about to begin his takeover of the city, and his first target is silencing the negative press he's getting from the Daily Bugle, and so he demands that J. Jonah Jameson be silenced. Spider-Man's like, yeah, go ahead.
Ooh. I know. He's like, I'll just turn the other way this one time. I pretend like it's Christmas.
I will kill you, but I would have to save you.
Oh,
yes.
Good for you!
Frederick Foswell comes to the Kingpin to join his group when news of Spider-Man's return comes to the Kingpin in a violent way. Big Turk, a rival for control of the rackets, comes bursting in, challenging his leadership. The Kingpin
Why is it always somebody named Turk?
I know.
Why?
The Kingpin makes easy work out of Turk and quells all dissent in his ranks. As Spider-Man busts up one of the Kingpin's safe houses, the Kingpin sends men to kidnap J. Jonah Jameson. Jameson is brought to Kingpin's headquarters where he learns that what his fate will be and that he's been betrayed by Foswell. When Spider-Man tracks down the Kingpin's hideout, he smashes through the window to come to Jameson's rescue.
Ain't gonna change how he feels, buddy.
I know.
Smash it! Poor, the glass guys in New York at this time must be just making hand over money, fist over money.
60s money. They were making millions of dollars in 60s money. The Kingpin fights Spider-Man one-on-one and gains the upper hand. Using gas...
Sit on him! Squish that spider! Yeah!
Oh my! Lil's talking about a fetish. Using gas hidden in his...
No kink shaming.
Using gas hidden in his tie pin to knock the wall crawler out.
Who does he think he is, the Joker?
So, yes, Kingpin knocks Spider-Man out with his gas.
Flatulence for the win.
Oh my. There's a drop. Kingpin then tells his men to execute both Spider-Man and Jameson.
Finish them!
Finish him!
Finished him. Alright, Lilith, what did you think?
Hilarious. I don't know if it was meant to be hilarious, but it was hilarious.
Yeah,
not a lot of action, but,
it was like a setup for the next day. It's kind of like a bridge between...
Exactly.
It's a bridge between 50 and 52, but it's like... Yeah, the Kingpin...
It's a fun bridge, don't get me wrong.
Yes. And again, Fisk, well, we don't even know his name's Wilson Fisk yet. All it is Kingpin, and he's, not even trying to be legitimate.
Oh, Mr. Wilson!
Not even trying to be legitimate. No, he's just, don't look in my face.
He's a thug. Yeah.
Well, I think it's the comics code. Is it in the comics code at the time? It's like, you can't, glamorize crime too much.
I need to find a copy of the comics code. Honest to God, I've never read what's in it.
I think there's something there. It's like, you can't glamorize crime and stuff. So, they got to be defeated every time. And, it can't be ambiguous. It's like, yeah, they got to lose. Ambiguous. All right. So, should we get to 52?
Yep.
That's what DC said. All right. All right. So, Amazing Spider-Man 52. To Die a Hero.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my. Same creative team, but this one, there's no credit for editor. Well, we all knew who was editing this, don't we, kids?
Excelsior! 67, yeah, it goes without saying.
Excelsior!
If it was a Marvel book, we know who was editing it.
Excelsior!
Alright,
We're claiming to, anyway.
True. Knocked out by the Kingpin, Spider-Man and J. Jonah Jameson are brought into the villain's basement. The Kingpin decides they should both be eliminated and has placed them in a giant watertight chamber and begins to have the chamber filled with water.
Get the sharks with lasers on their heads! Quickly!
Freaking sharks with freaking laser beams. Jameson pleads to be let free, but to no avail. As the water rises, Spider-Man finally awakens and manages...
Hey, isn't there a spider that can hold its breath or something like that underwater?
Oh, I don't know. Is there?
I'm saying he could let Jameson die.
I don't know. Whatever it is.
I thought I read that somewhere.
Whatever it is, it ain't that queen species. But yeah, Spider-Man breaks free from his bonds. However, there is no way to break free in time. Meanwhile, at the Daily Bugle, Ned Leeds and his fiancée, Betty Brant, discover that their boss has gone missing as well. They are joined... Oh my... I'm telling you! There's the story. Betty Brant was behind everything Hobgoblin, and she was the big power behind
We said that! Yeah,
I know!
I want that to happen. We gotta pitch it.
Except for Kingpin. She was behind everything at this era. She should have, she planted the idea for the big man in Foswell's head. She should be, again, come on. You want a big conspiracy to milk for all the money, kid? Disney, come on. She was there since day one.
2025. Betty Brant is the villain, 2025.
They are joined by city editor Joe Robertson. Joe tells them that he discovered the damage and called the police already. Joe tells Ned to get ready to cover the story. Betty pleads to him to not go, but Ned says this story is important. Please don't do your job, man.
Stay with me. I'm needy. I'll join a cult. I swear I'll do it.
I've set so much bad stuff in motion. Please don't go.
My I? This is the consequences of my own action.
Come on, it would make sense. I mean, how much she sets everything in motion after her brother dies. Come on.
You know what? Just write the story, Phil. It'll be fine. We'll find somebody to buy it. Just write the story.
Oh my God! Can you imagine? Like after 60 years, it was me, Peter. It was me.
The reverse brand.
That should have been the kindred. It should have turned out to be Betty, and she's like, "It's for me since for 60 years." Talk about a mind F. Come on.
Talk about a woman scorned.
Hey. Wait a minute. So you didn't sleep with me, and you were behind all this badness? How dare you? As he and Joe take off, Betty worries that her relationship with Ned will turn out like the same as her failed romance with Peter Parker. So what? He's wearing spandex? Well, not yet.
Not yet. That comes next.
Wait, what comes next?
I think the pants come off next.
Thank you. Back at Kingpin's hideout, Spider-Man creates an airtight web bubble so that he and Jameson can breathe while the rest of the room floods. Figuring his captives to be dead, Kingpin has the water drained. Oh God, you're supposed to leave it.
Idiot! Classic villain problem. You shoot the bullets into the water just to be safe.
That or leave the room full of water for hours. Come on. And Spider-Man Spider-Man goes on the attack. After defeating the Kingpin's goons, Spider-Man then frees Jameson and they try to find a way out of Kingpin's base. As they make their exit, more of the Kingpin's men arrive. Spider-Man tells Jameson to run for it while he takes care of these new attackers. Jameson complies but ends up knocking himself out when he runs into an overhanging pipe. Hit in
the face with that sack.
Whoa! You got hit in the face with that hard pipe.
Whoa! Not in the face! He hit him right in the face with that sack. It's wintering time.
Thinking that Jameson got away safely, Spider-Man webs up the crooks and goes looking for the Kingpin. Upstairs, his enemy informs Frederick Foswell that Spider-Man and Jameson are dead. Foswell was unhappy to hear this, as this was not his style. The Kingpin doesn't take kindly to being called a murderer and is about to eliminate Foswell as well when Spider-Man suddenly bursts into the room. Meanwhile, back at the Silver Spoon...
Let's get that action!
Too much action, kids. We need a break. Meanwhile, back at the Silver Spoon, Gwen and Harry are happy to see that Flash Thompson has returned on leave from the military. I wouldn't want to fight me neither. He is
single-handedly.
Exactly. He is warmly greeted, and when he asks where Peter and Mary Jane are, he learns that neither has been seen in a while. She's the Hobgoblin. Flash.
A clone of Mary Jane, that would have been great, actually.
Oh, my. Did you see there's an ad, I guess, coming up in a few issues of Amazing? There's going to be a Goblin Queen.
Yeah, I saw that.
So who could that be?
Interesting. It's Liz.
Who could it be?
She finally snapped.
Oh, my. Oh, that'd be awesome. Or it's Betty.
Betty comes later.
Hey-oh! That's what Ned said.
That's why she's so angry, actually.
That's true. Isn't she still pregnant with clone Ned's baby? I mean, what's going on there?
Supposedly, allegedly, we'll never get back to that story.
I mean, we haven't seen Jameson in how long? Flash is surprised to hear that Mary Jane is still dating Peter. Nerd. As he begins telling them of his experiences in the military, Mary Jane arrives. The group then decides to throw a party to celebrate Flash's return. Back at the Kingpins, Spider-Man is surprised to discover how powerful his foe really is. While the two men struggle, Foswell steals a gun from a nearby desk drawer and tries to escape.
Foswell's got a gun.
Seeing that this is a losing battle, the Kingpin makes his retreat through a secret escape tube hidden behind a bookshelf. Must be a pretty big tube.
It's a boom tube or a mother box? Wait, wrong universe, sorry.
I don't know, must be a pretty big one. When Spider-Man tries to follow after him, he just narrowly avoids getting a blast of toxic gas used to prevent people from following the Kingpin.
Leave those burritos alone!
Lilith, he left some gas to make sure no one followed him.
Same.
Oh, is that your strategy? Get out! Spider-Man decides to make his departure. Elsewhere, Jameson wakes up and panics when he thinks he is bleeding and flees down the... the pipe leaks on his head. He thinks he's bleeding. And
I'm dying!
His cries for help alert the Kingpin's men, but Jameson is found by Foswell before they can catch him. Trying to defend his former employer, Frederick is shot by one of the Kingpin's goons. It's then that Spider-Man arrives and takes the thugs out.
Hey, way to get rid of a not-so-classic villain.
Although Jameson is safe, Foswell's wounds proves fatal and soon dies from blood loss. Jameson can't understand why Foswell betrayed him to the Kingpin, but vows to let the world know that he died a hero. Later, when the authorities arrive, Jameson informs Ned and Joe what happened. He becomes determined to continue crusading against organized crime in the city, as well as Spider-Man. Hearing this from the rooftops, Spider-Man is upset to hear that Jameson still intends to carry on his crusade against him. The wall crawler...
He's gotta sell those papers!
I know.
You still have a job!
Gimme. The wall crawler has had enough, but he checks his temper as he would do everything the same way all over again and thinks that he and Jameson aren't really all that different.
Lies. He hates Jameson with the fiery passion of 1,000 suns.
But yes,
he could beat that old man to a bloody pulp. He would.
Hey-o.
He just needs an excuse.
So yeah, kids, Betty's worried about Ned because her brother died in Amazing Spider-Man 11.
Yeah.
Man, Bennett.
Yeah, we're finally getting back to those threads.
Bennett did not make it far in this series. But yeah, we could everything about Foswell again. References to Flash Thompson serving under William Westmoreland and fighting the Viet Cong should be considered topical references.
You don't say.
Although Frederick Foswell dies here, he manages to cheat death many, many, many years later as seen in Clone Conspiracy #2.
You get a clone, and you get a clone. Everybody gets a clone.
I think they were pulling an X-Men before.
I'm telling you, there's a Mary Jane Watson mutated clone out there somewhere, just begging for a book.
I don't know if someone talked them down off the ledge, but I thought originally that was so like they could be like, hey, any of the many characters who died in it over the years,
exactly.
you can bring any of them back because they'll be a clone.
Or Doombot. That's okay.
I'm like, oh my god, are this
a life model decoy, whatever.
Are Gwen and her father coming back? Oh god.
Oh, so bad.
All right, well,
it was interesting, but at the end of the day, just
well, it gave us Ben Riley back.
There's that.
All right, so what did you think of these, Lil?
No, it's definitely gives you whiplash with the decision making. But that's just par for the course this era of comics. But it's still a pretty solid story. It's fun and funny in some places, and at the end of the day, Peter is still just he's a youth. He's impetuous and rash, and he's just struggling to make it in this crazy world with crazy, stupid spider powers.
A teenager, yes.
Hyphen.
He loves them hyphens. Yeah.
Spider-Man is a teen-ager.
Again, it's good. It's classic. Yeah. Everyone knows the quitting story, and
the art is chef's kiss. That's my favorite thing about this.
Oh yeah, Romita Senior. Yeah.
The vibes.
That slaps.
Oh, it slaps hard, bro. That art goes crazy dumb, bro.
We have to talk to the youths out there.
Exactly.
Like Russell.
You gotta rub that one in.
Hey-o.
Easy now.
All right, so
let's get into the new books, I guess.
Yeah. So Amazing 85.
Sure.
So.
Sup, Cody Ziegler? Paco Medina? It's a little too much Dr. Octopus, if I'm going to be honest, in this whole series right now. I mean, Charlie might be happy, but.
And I don't know.
That's my gripe.
The talking fish and talking sandwiches kind of took me out of it a little bit.
Sandwiches, making sandwiches.
Although we did get a little bit of Ock versus Misty and Colleen.
Where's their spin-off book already?
Well, I'll bet you we're waiting until the end of this event to spin everyone off. You know, Colleen and Misty will get a book. Ben will get a book.
Poor Luke Cage got bumped out of that spot.
Oh, you know what? I wonder, because, I mean, the rumors are that Ben's going to move to the West Coast. I wonder if Colleen and Misty are going to move to the West Coast and start like a agency or something.
Ooh, that could be fun.
Maybe get some crossovers there.
Little Kate Bishop action.
The new West Coast Avengers! Well, she kind of left. I mean, unless she goes back, she kind of left California in the new series.
Oh, I haven't been reading it.
Yeah. Well, it could just be a vacation.
Let's just call it Kate Bishop. Don't call it Hawkeye Kate Bishop. That just kind of rubs me the wrong way, but...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You gotta rub that one in.
But I do like the tone, and I feel like the emotions are there for sure, but too much Dr. Octopus. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, and like, can they like start paying? I mean, I like the story, but can they start paying off some of these mysteries? It's like, well, okay, what did Beyond steal from Otto?
It's gonna be one big dump at the end of the series, at the end of the arc. That's all.
True.
Exposition to the exposition machine.
True.
Floating heads of guilt, perhaps.
And so is even like if Ben goes back to being the Scarlet Spider, is he going to keep that jet booster and them glider wings?
No freaking way. Those are not the vibes for any Spider-Man. Not even Spider-Man 2099. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's
Those
true.
are not the vibes for Spider-Man.
That's true. Once he stops working with Beyond, he's going to pull a classic Peter Parker's back. Man, I got to make web fluid out of toothpaste and stuff, and sew my own costumes and
start sewing his own costume again.
Or no, Janine will be sewing him a costume.
Aw. Maybe we'll get on Mayday with them. Who knows?
I was going to say, if they don't want to marry off Peter Parker, are Ben and Janine going to get married?
I mean, really, let us fans have our cake and eat it too. We got to do it with Superman, basically. So
exactly. Again, it's like Ben could be this single guy, or if you can make him the married Spider-Man. Again, that's why I like Ben.
I mean, if they're fine with Peter and Mary Jane living in sin, so am I.
Ayo.
But somebody in this Spider family's got to get married.
That's what I said.
And Miles is only like 15, if that.
That's why. That's part of the reason I love Ben, because it's like they don't want to do certain stuff with Peter. They can do whatever they want with Ben.
And it would make sense. He would want that. He doesn't have to have a family to ground him in a sense of identity and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But just for me, that would make sense.
I mean, in those MC2 comics, it's continuity that they had a kid. Dark Devil! Yeah. Dark Devil!
I'm okay with that.
But yeah, so Otto reveals
as long as it's not Nate Gray, I don't care.
Oh my.
Sorry, Phil.
I know. But Otto reveals
Summer Boys are the worst.
I know.
If somebody tells you Cyclops is their favorite X-Men, either they're lying or they're stupid. There is no in-between.
Lilith will not date you. But no, Otto reveals to Ben that I guess Beyond picked him because they feel he's the most manipulable.
Malleable.
Yes.
Yeah. Duh.
I think
he's got a lot of insecurities that they could work with. I see that. Absolutely.
Yes.
Or is that just Otto trying to get into his head? Who knows what the truth is?
Yeah.
Superior puss.
Speaking of that, did you read?
I mean, it's a great time to be a Dr. Octopus fan, though. He's just everywhere.
Yeah, because I think they got so much from after that movie. I think Dr. Octopus interest renewed. So.
I'm like, he's not even his greatest villain. Like, are we just going to be honest about that?
I know, but I think once they started putting trailers out for No Way Home, that whole Otto scene kept getting a lot of attention. So.
Well, it was way before that. They've always pushed Dr. Octopus for toys, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
So, he is the best villain for toys, and that's kind of what matters with merchandising and stuff, because that's where they make all their money from these characters, is the toys and the t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly enough, though, I don't think I've ever seen an actual, Dr. Octopus t-shirt that I didn't have to order off of, Redbubble or whatever, but...
Yeah, I don't think. Did you read Superior 4?
No.
It's weird.
I will, but...
It's weird. Again, just him pulling versions of himself from the multiverse. So, of course, he pulled a Hulk, Ghost Rider, and Wolverine versions of himself.
That's a little too try-hard for me, but I'm sure Charlie loved it. Be sure to scroll over to Super Connectivity for his thoughts.
That's right, 376, Part 5 of Devil's Reign crossover.
You're welcome.
But no, I said
Charles.
I said to him, I said, hopefully by the end of this miniseries, I want to see, Otto fight himself. Since he's going through the multiverse, I want to see him fight his superior Spider-Man self.
Ooh, now that's a fight.
I hope that happens. Because he's hunting down like versions of himself through the multiverse.
Batman did it first, but it's fine.
It's so funny because he's like telling
It's fine.
he's like telling his team.
Sorry, Ray, if you're listening.
What the F? But no, it's funny. He's like telling
What the F?
He's telling his team. He's like, he's talking about, I evolved into this superior Spider-Man, but then supposedly I made a deal with the devil to come back to this form. And he's like, ridiculous.
Inconceivable.
So Otto knows he made a deal with Mephisto, but Peter doesn't. Okay.
Well, Peter's an idiot, first and foremost. Can we all just agree to that? Like, once you realize Peter's an actual idiot in practicality at life, then it all makes sense.
I know, because they never want to like.
He's like the prince of bad life choices.
Well, yeah, more and more because they never want to like age him up, so they try to keep him young and dumb anymore.
Yeah, but let's be honest, the Spider Corporation was dumb.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Him owning the corporation was dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Sly.
Spider Car.
Yeah, no.
And I like some of Sly's stuff, but that was atrocious. That was not the logical evolution of the character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that was pretty bad, but I know the worst. Like when they started Brand New Day, that killed a lot of my enthusiasm for Spider-Man for years.
Years, yes.
Because Spider-Man,
you have to try something new. You have to try something different. Like I said, they weren't brave enough for the Clone Wars, the Clone Saga and stuff. So they weren't brave enough because that would have really probably pissed off way more people than what they ended up doing with it. But they weren't brave enough to do it. So, and then they were brave enough to do, one more day.
Spider-Man was always one of my favorite characters, but for most of Brand New Day, like I'd read the issue and I'd be like, okay, what's next?
And we're finally getting back to that excitement of, oh man, it's a great time to be a Spider-Man fan. And I want that momentum to keep going, especially because it's such a big anniversary. But
yeah,
Beyond better be a plot twist of all plot twists. Better be better than Kindred. That's all that I can say. If it's not better than Kindred, I will riot.
Well, again, I think we're spinning books out of it. And then
if that was the whole purpose, then
his 60th anniversary, we're going to spin Ben into his own book again.
Well, that makes sense, but everybody else can kick rocks.
What? Well,
at the end of the day, because they're not really Spider family, so they can kick rocks. Go find somebody else's book to get your clout off of.
Oh my! Is Ben going to start his own West Coast team? Misty, Colleen. Who else?
I'd like to see Ben be like an actual sane Venom, where he's just out doing his own thing. He doesn't need a team.
That's true. Oh, but and then we got the news. I mean, we called it. They're gonna in a few months. They're gonna reboot again. We're getting a new Amazing Spider-Man #1.
Zebby and Jed, right?
And Zeb Wells writing and John Romita Jr. on pencils.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
All right.
I'm trying to remember the number, but they're like, how many times?
I'm still stuck on Timeless. I finally got caught up on Timeless. Jed did a really great job with that book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I keep meaning to get that because they supposedly tease some Ben stuff.
Supposedly it's like a big deal too. So
yeah, I should run out and get that. But no, they're like,
the art is phenomenal. Seriously, you should.
Oh yeah, the preview stuff I saw, it does look great. Yeah. But yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man, they're like, oh, how many times has Romita Jr. been on? I mean, his art's great on Spider-Man. That's like my favorite character for him to draw is Spider-Man. They're like, man, do you know how many times he's been on Spider-Man? They keep bringing him back.
Well, because the fans love him and he loves it. It's obviously a character he loves. Like his love for the character pours through the pages. I think that's why it just resonates with all the fans so much.
Oh yeah,
it's like Mark.
Oh, I love it. I mean, I love Romita. Like I said, I love his art, but yeah, Spider-Man, I think that's the character he draws the best. Probably because he has the most practice.
I'm excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, I think they said, what is that?
I mean, it's a new era. They're going to go back to a #1, right? Obviously.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, new #1. I think they said that's going to be like volume 8 or something. It's crazy like that. So.
Never going to get to 1,000.
No. Well, yeah, they will, because they'll go back to legacy numbering, when we hit 900 and then 1,000, yeah.
It doesn't count if you keep rebooting it. Sorry.
I know. That's why they keep
legacy numbering is trash.
Why do you think they keep legacy numbering on the cover, Lil?
Oh, I know. Legacy numbering is trash and it's cheating. I don't know.
I know, but they do that so they can go. I mean,
I know what they're doing.
I mean, this one.
I have to like it.
I mean, this one was 886, so 900 is coming in 14 issues. So, I wonder.
That'll be 900 to me.
I'm trying to remember. This is number one. I don't forget when they said number one starts, but I wonder if they're going to do like 900 and then reboot to a number one,
and then try to make it last 100 issues.
They got to be like issue 98, 99, 1,000.
I mean, it's nothing DC didn't try to do with DC 1 million or whatever.
I mean, Spider-Man certainly hoped to hit 1,000 because I mean they've rebooted and done stuff with all the other. I mean, Fantastic Four took that break, so yeah, Spider-Man's like their only hope for 1,000 at the moment.
How bad is it? You have to be petty. So I mean, Fantastic Four, first family of Marvel, could have hit 1,000, but you had to be petty. You had to be petty.
Well, and then too, so,
how does it feel?
Between now and back during Brand New Day, they did 3 times a month, so they inflated those numbers too.
Well, DC did it too, so they do it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say,
actually.
Detective Comics is gonna hit 1050 before Action Comics because
I mean they could cancel Action Comics, nobody would care.
I don't know, man. I hear on the last episode of Last Sons of Krypton, man, Connor and Ray were raving about Action Comics
in a good way.
Yeah, they're enjoying it. I think them and Russell are enjoying it because Connor was yelling at the fans. He's like, yeah, people are complaining about John Kent being Superman and why they need to bring back Clark Kent. And he's like, he is Superman. He's in Action Comics.
Oh, bless his heart.
He's like, go read it.
Connor's a good egg. He's a good egg.
I know, he has to babysit Ray all the time.
Well, like I said, yeah, they could cancel Action Comics. It'll be like 5 people that are upset. Tyler, Connor, Ray, and 2 other people. Oh, James and somebody else.
No, they're never going to cancel that. If they were going to cancel Action or
just keep the Superman book. Who cares?
Oh.
Or yes, cancel Superman book and just keep Action. We don't need 2 Superman books.
Yeah, but then they can't milk it like they did with 1,000, though.
Exactly, Phil. If you can't even get the character right in a movie, you don't deserve to have 2 books.
I know.
So, anywho.
All right. So, are we done?
Yeah, I think we're done.
Lilith rant complete.
Sun's getting low. Oh!
That's all I got to do with you. Sun's getting low. Lilith smashed the internet. Oh, that's the Patreon series. Lil smashes the internet. All right, kids.
Oh, I have opinions. Opinions for days, baby.
Yeah. Using my babies now?
I can say baby.
All right, kids. So next week we'll be covering another classic storyline, Amazing Spider-Man 88 through 90. Speaking of Otto breaks out of prison, and then we get the death of a.
I spoke too soon.
We get the death of a supporting character.
Not the one we want.
Oh! And then in 2 weeks,
do your homework to find out.
And then in 2 weeks, we'll be doing our 30th anniversary Carnage episode with Amazing Spider-Man Annual 20.
I mean, I just mentioned it. You didn't actually have to do it, Phil.
I know. Ken, clicks and views. Amazing Spider-Man Annual 28 and Web Spinners Tales of Spider-Man 13 and 14. Because, everyone does Maximum Carnage. We'll do something else.
Subvert expectations.
And then, yes, in 3 weeks, again, it'll be another Sausage Fest. Sensational Spider-Man number 1.
Ew.
Amazing Spider-Man 408 and Spider-Man 65. So, Ray will be back. Oh, and then
Sausage Man.
The first episode of March on, I believe it's March 1st. Yeah, we should have our Devil's Reign issues. So,
well, if they keep shuffling around,
I know. Damn you, Marvel! Keep a consistent schedule. How am I supposed to run a business? All right, kids. So yes, send your thoughts on all of that. Email us, Capes and Lunatics, or hey. Send us your random Carnage thoughts for the 30th anniversary. Email us, Capes. I know, Russell, you have thoughts on Carnage. Come on, Mr. Supervillain.
You got to rub that one in.
All right, so email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow The Ultimate Spider-Cast on Facebook, on Twitter. Go join the Web of Spider-Man Facebook fan group, now at 3.2 thousand members.
What? Suck it, Moonlight.
Oh! Man, everyone over there.
Sorry, Ray. I kid because I love.
Everyone over there is chomping at the bit for like Disney to finally announce when that show's coming.
Yeah, I think it's gonna blow the hell up.
Hey-oh. So find links to all the social medias, Facebook groups. Find links to this YouTube channel. Watch Lilith Hellfire murder those dogs.
Don't come at me, Peter. I love my animals.
PETA. So yes, finally, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. But most importantly, if you can, please subscribe to our Patreon. Anything is appreciated, but $3 to $5 gets you the exclusive content, creator interviews, DG Chichester every single month, and superhero movie brackets. Learn which superhero movie is the worst in human history.
Won't you be our Beyond Corporation?
Exactly. We'll call you Danger. So yes, please subscribe there if you can, or get yourself some Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. All right, Lilith Hellfire, where can people find you running crime in New York City?
If only I could avoid the taxes. I have no children. Anyway.
That's why she went to Florida for the taxes.
Twitter at Lilith Hellfire. Exactly. Find me on Twitter, live tweeting something Marvel related, maybe one day, at Lilith Hellfire, on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire 69, and of course, on the TikTok, making the spicy comments at Lilith Hellfire 69. Duh. It's so salty. Shut your filthy mouth. I'm as salty as Phil is petty.
That's right, kids. That's why we're such a good team.
Bye, Felicia.
All right, kids. Again, another classic Stan Lee next week. Amazing Spider-Man 88 through 90. And the death of a major character.
Not the one we want, but the one we need.
Oh. All right, kids. But until then, swing on back.
Thwip, thwip, thwip. Sausage Man.
Hi, I'm Pax.
And I'm Abigail.
Welcome to Ghost Spider Groupies, a podcast dedicated to Gwen Stacy of Earth 65, also known as Spider-Gwen and Ghost Spider, where we review her comics, discuss news, and give our opinions about all things Gwen 65.
Right now, we are reading through Gwen's main solo series. Each week, we break down a new arc and discuss our and the listener's thoughts. Tune into each episode and come on this journey through the character's history with us, available wherever you listen to your podcasts.